welcome to On Air with Russell of Hotels, where we talk about everything hospitality, from hotels to influencers and everything in between. We will feature guest interviews with hospitality professionals who will share their experiences. Your host, Russell Edmond, has spent over 25 years in the hospitality industry, beginning his career with Marriott International in hotel operations before moving into the sales arena and becoming a relationship building director of sales and marketing. Russell then went to the other side as a hospitality entrepreneur. He now consults in the hotel and meeting space, which includes being the CEO of Russell of Hotels Group. Did I mention he was a veggie foodie? Yes. Russell is always looking for good non-meat eats. Please welcome your host, Russell Edmond.
Hello, and thank you for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels. As you can see, I have a guest today. We're just going to call her Miss Paula C., okay, because I tend to mess up her last name. But as you can see, it's at the bottom scrolling. So we're going to welcome Paula C. in a couple of minutes. I just want to, just a real quick couple of things before I get started, but we're going to spend the bulk of the time with Miss Paula C. because she has a lot to talk about. But first, I want to thank her for coming back on the show because several weeks ago we had some technical difficulties, and we're praying that we don't have those same difficulties today. But yeah, so I want to thank her for being a good sport about it and being professional. And she just said, you know what, let's do it again. And then that's why she's on here. She's still smiling. So that's a good thing. So, but I want to thank Ms. Paula C. for allowing me to have her back on the show again. But today is show number 159. Who would have thought that I would get to show number 1? Now I'm at 159 shows. I mean, that's great. So I'm happy about that. We're all about being a marketing disruptor of the status quo, which means basically I'm going against the grain of what I normally would do, right? Meaning having a show is being a marketing disruptor, meaning it's something that you've never done before, something that's out of your comfort zone. And I think we all have done some things that, outside of our zone, but you needed to do it in order to elevate your brand. And Paula can probably attest to that too, because she's started her own podcast and I'm sure she wasn't, comfortable with doing it at first either, but then it just kind of grown into something else. It just grew into something that we didn't think, was even possible. But it all starts with that one time, right, to get used to it. And that's what I did, and that's what Paula C. did as well. But we're all about connecting people in collaboration, and today is, today is about a collaboration as well with Paula. So Tuesday, May 17th, we are live on YouTube. But remember, after the show's over, it also goes on to LinkedIn as well, and my other platforms too. So Facebook, Twitter, all those things. And we're all about interactive. Okay, we want a show that's interactive. We want people to come on and say hello. At the very minimum, you're going to get a shout out. You can say, ask Paula questions. You can say hey to Paula, like Miss Evelyn Lima. Hello, how are you? I thank you so much for joining the show On Air with Russell of Hotels. I'm sure you're here because Paula C's here, and that's fine. It doesn't matter to me. I just want people to be here, right? So, but no, thank you so much, Evelyn. I do appreciate you joining in. Let's see, what else? One other thing, I'm always talking about be intentional. Be intentional. You choose to make decisions and take action on what's important to you, or being clear upfront about what you want to achieve. Okay, so my job here is to show people that look like me can do these shows, right? No matter who you are, no matter what you stand for, or what you look like. I mean, you can do these shows. You can come on and have a show like this. You can have a career in hospitality or whatever you want to do. So don't be limited by, things that you think you can't do, right? So one reason why I'm doing this show is because I want people to see, I want to represent, African Americans like myself. They can do whatever they want to do. So that's one thing. Number 2, be you or be me. I mean, I don't come here, trying to be too serious because that's not how I am in life. So why would I want to come on the show and and try to be so serious. Oh my God, I would never do that. No. I'm gonna laugh. We're gonna have a good time. So that's being me. So make sure they say be your authentic self. I'm being my authentic self. So there you go. And be represented, because representation matters. Your representation matters. So like I said, if this is something you want to do, if you want to do a podcast or whatever, do music or whatever the heck you want to do, just go out and do it and just make it happen. Never let anybody tell you or discourage you from doing what you think you want to do. So, boom, there you go. So, I'm going to introduce Miss Paula C, and then you can unmute yourself, Paula, after that, and then we'll jump right into it. Paula C. Now, like I said, I'm calling her Paula C because I'm not good at pronouncing her last name. Okay, so that's why I call her Paula C. And she's okay with it. I asked her if it was okay, and she said she was okay with it. In fact, she thinks she's kind of cool now because I call her Paula C. So Paula C. is a hospitality leader who currently works as a content coordinator at AskSuite. Paula has been an important voice for the hotel industry for the last 10 years, writing and talking about hospitality and technology in blog posts and at webinars. Her podcast, Hotel Cast, was named #2 hospitality podcast by International Hospitality Institute. Very good. I didn't know that. Paula has a flair for public speaking and has been invited to international podcasts and events to talk about hospitality, career, and content marketing. She was named Global Top 25 Social Media Influencers, Hospitality 2021, and Global Top 20 Hospitality Executives to Watch in 2022. Paula is a frank and authentic advocate for the industry, and you can always count on her contagious laughter to make noteworthy conversations even more engaging. Now, with that all said, I want to welcome Miss Paula C. to the microphone and on air with Russell of Hotels.
Thank you so much. So cool. I feel so like a superstar. You have the sound effect. You have Paula C, which is like I already adopted as my artistical name. I don't know.
There you go. There you go. That's your
Love
stage
it, Russell.
name.
Yes, stage name is that. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me back here. It's a pleasure talking to you. Always is. And before I forget, just let me say hello to Evelyn, Evelyn and Leandro both are here and saying hello to us. And they work with me at AskSuite. So thank you so much for my team support. And hello to Debbie, since I'm already in this subject. So hello, Debbie from Pasadena. So that's cool.
Yes, Debbie Vale. Thank you so much for joining, Debbie Vale. Now, Debbie Vale is a sales manager at Visit Pasadena, which is a convention and visitors bureau in Southern California. People may know the Pasadena as the Rose Parade and the Rose Bowl football game every year, January 1. But it's more than that. It's a destination. It's a great destination. They have museums. They have a lot of things to do. I love old Pasadena. So I'm just giving a plug for Pasadena and Debbie, because I saw Debbie several weeks ago. Several weeks ago? Maybe it was last week or 2 weeks ago, I guess now, at a show that we did. So Debbie, thank you so much for joining. I do appreciate you, as well as Leandro. Is that Mos?
Yes,
he
Moss.
says hello. Mos? Did I say it right? Okay.
Yeah, you did perfectly, Carissa.
Oh, very good, very good. And Debbie, yes, you're more than welcome for the shout out. And then hello, Dylan. Hello, Russell, Debbie, and the AskSuite team. Yes, Dylan is a general manager at the Fairfield Inn in Eugene, Oregon, which is right down the street from University of Oregon. So if you're doing tours of Oregon, you're taking your kids and all that stuff, make sure you stop in and stay with Dylan and just tell him the Russell of Hotels sent you. And he'll give you that Russell of Hotels rate. I'm sure he will. So, but anyway, let's get into it with, and like I said, if you guys have questions, we do welcome the conversation or the interaction from people in the audience, from Evelyn, from Debbie, and from everyone else, Dylan as well. So we're going to get into it with with Miss Paula C. And we're going to talk about, AskSuite. What is AskSuite? And what is a chatbot? What is that?
What is a chatbot? Let's start with the chatbot. It's easier than to explain AskSuite itself. Well, chatbot is the little bot that you usually see on websites, that you ask questions and then they answer you, hopefully. And yeah, and our chatbot in our case is designed for the hospitality industry, specifically for hotels, resorts, and inns. So it is powered with artificial intelligence as well, and can understand natural language. So okay, I don't want to be too technical here because it's gonna be maybe boring, but that means that it understands if you write a question, not only if you just click in the box there. And the more you use it, the more intelligent it gets. But it's already start with an intelligence itself that it acquired from all the previous experience with other hotels. So it's not that if you, for example, hire us, it will start from zero. No, it's the same intelligence from all hotels. So that's one thing. And chatbots have advanced so much through this past years, and now it also integrated with booking engines with other softwares. And one of the most important ones for hotels usually are booking engines, which means the traveler that is, checking and asking questions like, oh, what time is the check-in? What time is the check-out? And then, okay, I want to stay there. So I want to book it instead of having to go to a tab or whatever it is on the website. You can continue on the chat and then check availability and prices. And just to finish this this topic, it works not only with websites, it works also on social media, so Instagram, Facebook, Google Message as well, and WhatsApp. So yeah, and then AskSuite started with just the chatbot a few years ago, and now we develop we develop a platform. So it's an omni-channel platform for communication, which means, Russell, if you start talking to my hotel, who has our chatbot on the website there, and you start talking there, and then I don't know, the next day you start talking on Instagram, because you were in Instagram and I think, well, it's easier, you just message there. We have a platform that unify all these channels in one, so that provides a higher quality of customer service and improves conversion rates, and so on, so on, so on. So it's a omni-channel experience. It's I think you probably have heard about it. Many people might have hear about it too. It's very popular, and I think it's the way of communication, because it is so annoying that you have to repeat yourself, right? I hate it when I go to support or whatever it is. So yeah, so we start with the chatbot itself, and now we are integrated channels. So it is a platform. It's more more robust. How you say that? It's a
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's to make it hoteliers' lives easier and experience itself better for travelers as well. And of course, selling you at the end of the day, you're gonna sell more if you provide a better experience. That I think we all know. So yeah, I think in a nutshell would be that, if it was clear enough for you.
No, that makes sense. Now, okay, so do hotels use it for, like, how they have, what's it called, FAQs, like frequently asked questions? Is that normally what you would use the
Yeah,
chatbots for?
yeah, well, you do have like chatbots that are also in stay and communicate with front desk or stuff like that. Our chatbot, it is for more focus on pre-stay, so it's more like you said, like frequent asked questions, and also to convert more direct bookings. So that's why you have all these integrations with booking engines or online reputation systems as well. So again, Russell, you're checking out my hotel and I have the chatbot, and you put there the dates that you were interested. The chatbot, if it's integrated with the online reputation system that you have, that the hotel have, then gonna show first the review, like a good review, and then show you the price. So we have all these triggers and stuff to make conversions even higher for online bookings, direct bookings. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. You have demos for that? I need a demo so I can see that.
I don't have myself because I'm not sales per
Not right
se.
now. I'm saying not right now.
I don't know. Maybe this is live show. Everything can happen, right?
No, I don't mean right now. I just mean sometime in the future in
Yeah.
that way. Because I think I understand, being a former hotel person, but technology is just, technology goes so fast, right? So I may be behind the eight ball. I may be missing out. So I just like to have, that just so I know, just in case a conversation comes up with someone else, talking about, chat box and things like that. So,
Oh, thanks.
what did you say?
For sure.
Mario? Hook me up. I'm just looking at the comments.
Yeah.
Lonnie Wolf is in the house. Hey, Lonnie Wolf, how are you? Thank you so much. Dylan said, Mario can hook you up, Russell. I'm not sure who Mario is, but
Murilo
Paula
works for
recently.
AskSuite, so that's why he's talking. I think he's saying that he can show you the our
Oh,
solution
okay,
if you
okay,
want.
okay.
Yeah.
Very good. And then Lonnie says Paula recently presented the platform to include being a moderator at the Travel Tech USA Canada 3 day
He
event
knows
for
everything.
reference. Okay, all right,
Well, you have
okay.
a good. Thanks, Lonnie.
That's right, Lonnie. Lonnie, see that we got people that add to the show,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that. So, okay,
Yeah.
now before you got to Ask Suite, what did Paula
Yeah.
do before that? What is your hospitality experience? What led you to this?
Okay. Just trying to trying to focus here on the hospitality experience because I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. So, well, I've been I've done some different jobs, outside the hospitality industry. But anyway, I graduated. I moved to Sweden, stayed there for 5 years, and then came back. And I decided that I want to start over. Not start over because I don't think you never start from zero. When you talk about career, you always, the previous experience, even if you change path, I think goes with you, and it's very it shouldn't take you shouldn't discard it. You shouldn't say that you're starting from zero. Anyway, so I was about 30 years old back then. So I was lost, like, I don't know, 30 years old crisis or something. I don't know how to explain. I just knew that I didn't want to continue being a psychologist, at least clinical and stuff. Anyway, I was in the party. I live in well, no, I don't live in Rio de Janeiro right now, but I am from Rio de Janeiro.
Mm-hmm.
So shocking, I was at the party, especially New Year's. So yeah, and I was there, and then I met a friend that I old friend of mine, like I haven't seen her for years. And then she said, "Oh, what you're doing?" I said, "I don't know, not much. I'm lost. I don't know what to do." And she said, "Oh, you know what? I have a friend who owns a hostel here in Rio, and she needs someone to work in front desk because it was hard to find someone that speaks English." And and then I thought to myself, why not? You were talking before, uh, doing the first step, or like making the first step. And that was, I could have said no because it is a bit scary. I didn't know anything, like nothing, zero about hotel industry. And so it was scary, because I was like, okay, I don't know what a check-in, check-out actually is. I just know to say hello, and goodbye. But I want to try it. I'm always like this. People that know me, I prefer to go for it and fail than to just wonder what if. I hate what if. I really don't like them. So anyway, I start working at front desk in a hostel, no, at a hostel. So that's how it started, kind of by accident, if you want to put that way. But yeah, like many of us, I fell in love with the industry. So I stay working at hotels for about 7 years. And I started as a front desk, as I said, and went all the way up to like general manager for a small inn first, and then a boutique hotel. And then came also another crisis. I have a few of them, and I said, "Oh, I'm tired of I love the industry, but I was so tired. I couldn't balance. I failed to balance the professional life with the personal life, and I felt like I didn't have a personal life actually.
Mhm.
So it was
Mhm.
like, yeah, it was not working for me at least. So then again, I said, okay, let's find something new. And then I found out about content marketing, and I thought it was, whoa, I think I can do good here. I think it fits me. And then I found AskSuite, and then it was a perfect match in my head because I would still be inside of the industry, so I would still use my knowledge, but I would not be, as a hotelier. Then I would be like helping hoteliers through content marketing. So that's it. So I started working at AskSuite for about 4 years now, and I started actually in sales, which is totally not my thing. And again, I just had that was the only job opportunity they had back then. They didn't have anything in marketing, and I want to start working with them. So once again, I said, okay. I was honest. I said I don't know anything about sales. Not sure if I'm gonna do good here, but I want to try because I believe in your company. I believe in your product, and I believe I can be good in marketing if the chance, the chance appears. And so after almost 8 years, then I finally was transferred to marketing, and here I am now in front of Russell of Hotels. Yeah, so life is crazy.
Wow. That's a great story. See, everyone within this hospitality space has a story, right? No one came the same way. So I'm always interested to know exactly how people got into where they are now. Excuse me. So, okay, now you mentioned content marketing. Now, did you have content marketing experience before you got to AskSuite?
No. When I decided to change from the hotel industry, and I started looking like, okay, what I can do and what I want to do, I say that I found out about content marketing because I'm not that young. Well, I can say my age. I'm 41 years old. So
You
anyway,
are
when
young.
I was, yeah, not make, they have a song. I know you like songs, Russ. So, and it's like, old, but I'm not that old, young, but I'm not that old. Something like that. It's me. Anyway, anyway, so when I was at college, I didn't have like content marketing. Digital marketing didn't even exist. I mean, we hardly have had cell phones. So anyway, so I found out about content marketing, and I was like, oh, this is something that I can use my experience, and yeah, I fell in love with that. So when I start with AskSuite, how you say that on the side, I start doing freelancing. Do you say
Yeah,
that?
you did it. Yeah, you did it on the side. It was a side hustle. You had a side hustle.
Side hustle. Okay, so side hustle as a freelancer. Oh, don't be mean with me because then you're gonna say something that it really doesn't.
No,
I
it's
don't
a
know.
side. It's
Oh,
called a side hustle. I'm telling you. I'm not trying to be funny. It's a
okay,
side.
people that are watching us now, if he's making fun of me, please let me know in the chat.
Please, someone, Lonnie, Juliana, Riche, Robbie M, somebody, Dylan, say that a side. This is she's speaking of a side hustle. Am I correct? Just so you can see
Okay,
that
so I can
I'm not
relate.
trying to be funny.
You are funny even when you don't try, Russell. So that's why I like it. One of the reasons why I like you. So anyway, I
Oh, that's
start doing
funny.
the freelancing, and
Okay.
I study as much as I could. Even though I was not graduated in marketing. Today you can find most things or everything on internet, and that's
Mhm.
really can be really powerful if you use it well, I think. So yeah, youtube videos, online courses, all that. So when they transferred me, I can say that I have I think I have read like four text articles was my big experience that I had in Portuguese. And then I just like started in marketing at AskSuite, writing in English, which is another challenge because international content, it's very different, because it's not only about the right words, it's all a lot about culture and references, like, maybe it's a joke that you make because in the United States it's so popular. For me, would be like, what?
Yeah.
So in content, it's like that. It's about connection. So anyway, so I don't remember. I think I answered your question, but
No, you
how I
did.
ended
You
up
did.
like
You did. No, no, that's good. Now, let me just ask this, and this is a social media question. I mean, I bounce around on these interviews, so I don't. It's not just one theme for me. It just goes from one question to the next. One may not have anything to do with the last question, but this one has to do with social media. How is social media enhanced what you do with AskSuite, or what it does for your podcast?
Yeah.
Either one.
Well, yeah. No, it's have a key role. I mean, we did started focusing a little bit more on blog content and more, how can I say that, more dense, they say that, like ebooks and stuff like that. That's what we
Hmm.
always started. But to reach a wider audience, you need to also focus on social media. That I think no one questions that nowadays, I think. And but the thing is with social media, especially if you are, and I think it goes for a lot of hotels out there, maybe my hoteliers, they're listening to us or something. If you have a small size team, which basically most of us, you need to understand where your audience is, so you can so you can do a great job, with the effort that you're optimizing, the effort that you're putting with the results. So we had to understand how we would reach more. We are very niche, so it is about hoteliers. That's our audience. That's You have to have this goal. I think number one, like to who you want to connect, or who you want to uh, to follow you, or whatever it is.
Hmm.
So we
Hmm.
had this, and okay, we are hoteliers, and the more the more precise you are with who you want to connect, the better your message will be. So anyway, in hotels in general, I don't know if I can say like all around the world, but at least from my experience, we are B2B business, and LinkedIn is one of the most powerful one. So for B2B business, so yeah, it has a key role for our results, the podcast, or even like brand awareness, even more for in our case with our niche, and who we want to connect. It's even more than, I don't know, Facebook for us. So I think
Hmm.
that's one thing. I think you have to understand who you want to talk to, let's say, and where they are, and how they like to also, to what kind of content they are interested in, what kind of format they, because you also work with content. It's a whole world of possibilities. So the more you do, the more you learn. And LinkedIn, I think it's a very powerful platform for connections per se.
Hmm.
I think since it have this professional vibe, which
Yes.
that can be discussed in another podcast, but different opinions on that. But for me, my personal brand and for AskSuite works very well, at least. So I can say that it helped me and AskSuite to get where we are right now, and get in touch with people like yourself and all the other great people that already have in our podcast. You have also, you were our guest, and yeah, it all started on LinkedIn, on social media for us.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And people, I don't know why it is, but people tend to sleep on, like on LinkedIn or the other social media platforms. And when I say sleep on it, I mean hoteliers tend to sleep on the power of those social media platforms, and how to meet people, how to interact, how to network, how to get your brand out there. Like obviously you're doing, because you're doing a great job, and you're the number two podcast internationally. I mean, I'm like
That's
number
crazy.
29. I'm like number 29 out of 30. You know what I
How?
mean? So,
How? Something's wrong. Let's recount this, because this is not right. It doesn't seem right to
but no,
me.
LinkedIn. I mean, that's my. I mean, and yeah, we can have another show about going back and forth on is LinkedIn
Yeah.
Is it more professional or whatever? And I think it is. Although I think people are putting more. They're starting to put some more personal stuff on there that I
Yes.
see, and
Yeah.
yeah, I do see that, and I'm kind of I gotta say I'm kind of guilty of that myself sometimes,
Yeah, well,
but
me
it
too.
depends on what
But
it
when
is.
yeah, exactly. Don't get me wrong. When I say more professional vibe, because it started like at least here in Brazil, it was you go to first it would only be on LinkedIn if you were looking for a job. That
Hmm.
was it. Like you were, so that's how it started. But I think if you go to my LinkedIn, it does have some more. How can I say that professional?
Hmm.
But usually it's like our backstage of the podcast because this is like you said at the beginning. This is me. I
Yes.
like to make fun, to have
Yes.
fun, not make fun, to have fun and have a good time. So when I say it's more professional, I don't mean that it should be boring, and I don't think being professional doesn't mean that you are a robot. And okay, I'm the one talking, I'm the chatbot girl, but yeah, so
You are
yeah.
absolutely right. I think you hit it right there because people think because we're doing business that you can't be yourself. You know what I mean? You can't joke, you can't have fun. I mean, I understand there's a fine line between LinkedIn and Facebook. Okay, Facebook is some totally different stuff, a totally different vibe. But I think that business people are real people, but they need to show that they do have a personality and they're not afraid to be themselves. So anything that you see that I do, although this show's not about me, it's about you, but anything that I do it's about how I am. Just like you just mentioned, you like to joke around. I mean, I've seen this on other platforms and I've seen it. So of course that's what we want to see on LinkedIn because people now see, okay, I can be personal with her, or personable, not personal, but personable, and she's a real person. And now I'm more likely to do business with her because she's fun, she laughs, and that's what we want, right? And that's what social media should be. It should be, someone when they say be your authentic self, well, that's what they're talking about. If you're normally jovial and you like to laugh and have a good time, well, continue that because I think that's going to go further than you just being, oh well, that's not
Yeah.
how it
But
should be.
yeah, but the other way around is also true because some people they're just more serious. They're different types of people. They're different, even types of content. So you shouldn't try to fit in a box for sure. Just do something that makes you comfortable and authentic,
Exactly.
like you're saying. So yeah.
Exactly. And let me just get to a couple
What
comments.
is
Lonnie
something
says,
you
Lonnie says, okay, well, let me start with Dylan. Dylan says Russell has your best interest at heart. This is when I was saying I was, see, I'm
yeah,
not, I wasn't joking around with you. I was telling you the truth. And then Lonnie says
I
LinkedIn
know.
strong. Yes. Debbie Vale says 100% too much Facebook like stuff on there. So Debbie's saying there's too much Facebook stuff on LinkedIn. And it could be, depends on who it is. But like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with having fun as long as you dial it back and understand what the message is that you're still trying to get out and who you're trying to reach. And Lonnie also says a lot of dinosaurs in business, Russell, that still don't get it. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And then Dylan says Lonnie said it. We get to know Paula and see she's the real deal. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
See, Paula
thank you.
laughs and you never know. Like I said, you don't know who's going to be watching this later on if they're on the show now or later on. And they may say, oh,
Yes.
that Paula, she reached out to me before, but, she was too serious. I didn't have time for her. But now they see that Paula's a real person and Paula's on air with Russell Hotel. So, hey, I'm going to give her a call back. I'll ask more questions about this AskSuite stuff. So
Oh, thank you, and thank you so much for everybody for the support. I mean, Dylan, it's one that it's been follow my work, and I feel honored that he. I feel still think
yes.
it's crazy that has someone that follows my work. But anyway, but thank you so much, Dylan and Lonnie and everybody else that it's on the chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, it does because it is scary, isn't it? I mean, even if you have, even if you believe in yourself, which I think we both do, in some level. It is a bit scary to put yourself out there. I did one. You were talking about the other platforms, and I do have an Instagram account, like my account, not AskSuite account. And I did one that was about failing, like a post and stuff like that. I made a post about failing.
Yes,
Look the
yes,
irony. Yeah. Anyway, so and it's scary because that one also could when you are on a platform, whatever it is, you are exposing yourself in a way.
that's true.
And I think you that's why maybe some people don't feel comfortable. And like, again, you don't need to fit in a box. So if you don't want to do the dances, whatever, the TikTok dances, don't do it. Find your own thing, and go
Exactly.
for it. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. You hit it right there. But I thought that was good that you did that live
I
on
was,
Instagram.
really, I really was like bummed because, like, I was, you spent, you're content creator as well. Sometimes you're like, have some things that are difficult for me. I think I'm quite okay with words and text and articles, stuff like that. When it comes to, like, Instagram, I use a lot for to learn, because I'm
Yes.
in marketing, even though
Hmm.
I may be focused on something else. I think it's important. So, like, trying to do these reels or trying to do, like, 2 hours, like, I'm seriously, my niece, my nephew that have, I don't know, it's much younger than me, can do it in 30 minutes. And I say, like, 5 hours. And I think about the captions, and it's like one like, no, two likes, one is mine and one is my friend. It's like, like, seriously. Really. And you really think that this is a good content, because I really try to, to be something that it had value. We talk a lot
Yes.
about this,
Yes.
and it
Yes.
was like, no, no, Paula, no.
Yes.
So
Yes.
then I think it's I that's me, Paula. I like to hear about failures as well, because I tend to criticize myself a lot, because I think I
Hmm.
should be in another level, like, yeah, because you always see success. That's all you see. So that's why I tried to do that post, like, trying, but I felt really scared. Like, it was like, okay, that could be really bad. It can be even worse than what, like, something that was already flopped, it was not good, and then I'm gonna do something about the flop that it's also like, this is insane. But I tried. I don't know. I tried.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. You mentioned trying, and that's it. Because a lot of people don't even do that. A lot of people won't even do that. You tried, it failed according to you, and then you wanted to talk about it. You took it a step further. Why did I fail? Is anyone else failing at this? So that really puts yourself out there, right? And that's what you have to do sometimes. You have to put yourself out there, and then people chime in and say, "Hey, try this next time," or "It's happened to me before," because the same thing that happened to you happened to me. I mean, it happens. Even today, I'll post things and don't get as much engagement as I think it should. And I'm like, well, should I delete it? Should I do this?
Yeah.
No, I just don't delete it. I just keep it going. And guess what? Because there's going to be another post. I'm going to do another post and I'm going to get more engagement from that, right? So sometimes you have to use that same post, maybe use a different picture. Like if it's a message, say you're putting a message out there. Maybe it was the picture. Maybe it was the music. You know what I mean? Because if you're doing a reel, if it's trending music, it's going to do better. If it's non-trending,
Yeah.
me, I got away from that. I just said I'm just going to put music that I think that will resonate with that particular video. Okay, so I
Okay.
try to put music with the video. Like say if I think I did something the other day, and I can't remember. Oh, I haven't posted this yet. It had to do with, and I think I mentioned
Oh,
this before the show, where we were on a site tour and the room wasn't clean, right? It wasn't, someone had been in a room and the sales manager did not check that room before she showed the room to us. And it's like 10 of us, 10 meeting planners going through a hotel with a salesperson, right? And I remember one of the people that I was with, one of the meeting planners said, is this room occupied? And the sales manager said, no, it's not. We just set up some things in here, but it was obvious that one of the beds had been slept in. right? And
Yeah.
we just kind of, I mean, you remember those things. So I mean, those things, they can't happen, right? I mean, it's happened to me before, but it happened. So I did a video about that, right? So things that
Uh-huh.
should not happen. I mean, you don't see the people for the most part. You
Mhm.
don't see. I'm not mentioning the hotel, anything like that. But it's just a video that I'm gonna put out, and I'm gonna put some music to it, and it has to. I can't think of the music that I selected, but it had to do with being unorganized or something like that. It was like some song. It's funny how
Uh-huh.
you can type a subject in, type the
Yes.
subject into
Yes.
there, and it'll come up with songs
Yes.
that may fit that description,
Yes.
right? And I listen to
Yeah.
all the songs, and I said, okay, this one sounds good, and then I'll select that song. And sometimes I get like 1,000 views, or sometimes I may get less than 100. It just depends. But then I say, okay, well, obviously the song didn't resonate, or they didn't like the video. so so what I, what I'll
Or maybe the
do
problem was me or was not. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll put it on another platform though. I'll just it may not do well say on Instagram, but maybe it do better on LinkedIn. So I'll
Yeah.
change it up and just use that same content, but just use it on a different platform. So
That's a great tip.
yeah. So, but anyway, okay, I got a couple more questions for you. So,
Okay.
but the show is about, like I said, we go anywhere we want to go on the show. So
Okay. Okay.
we talk about anything. Um, what about okay hotels? Should they okay if they went with AskSuite, should they guys, I can't even speak. Should they expect increased bookings?
Yes, yes, we do have, and we do have data to back this up. So it's not just a sales speech here,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it does. When you combine a chatbot with, especially with the booking engine, we're talking about online environments, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it increased. I think when it's just the booking engine, it's around 2%, and then when you combine with the chat box, you double, more than double it. And it's simply because, not simply because, but one of the reasons, it's because when you are trying to when you book a trip, it's not like buying, I don't know, a notepad or a t-shirt. It's a complex sales, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
probably have some questions, and today we don't have much time, although we have the questions. So it's basically like you try to talk. I see a hotel. It's like it's so easy. You just go, oh, this one, okay. And then you start checking it out, and then you're probably going to have some questions, and then you're going to try to contact the hotel. If the hotel doesn't answer you fast enough, especially if it's simple questions, and you're not connected, you've never been there, it's your first time, you don't have much to, you're not connected to the hotel. It's so easy to go to the next one. Why I would
Mm-hmm.
wait, I don't know, 10 hours for email with this. So it's a lot about the conversion. It's a lot about the speed of the response, which is one of the factors. It's about answering the questions at the right time. The person that it's there asking you at that moment, she's very engaged. She wants to she's contacting you, so you should
Mm-hmm.
take advantage of that. So yes, you can see we have a lot, and we have also the raw return of investment, ROI. It's very high because people think chatbots and a lot of technologies, not only chatbot, it's too expensive, which is really not, and especially if you compare with the return of investment that you have. So that's one thing that I think a lot of hotels should. Uh, Many hotels still see how much I'm paying and don't see the return. Since the chatbot can track the bookings and stuff, it's so we have reports, so you can see, you pay a monthly fee there,
Mm-hmm.
and you're getting, I don't know how much time of return of investment. So yeah, so yes, we increase. You can expect increase, especially in direct bookings. Yes,
Okay, very
and
good,
revenue
very
as
good,
well. Yeah, yeah,
very good. Now this is for every hotel, right? They can be,
yeah.
economy hotel. They can be mid-size or mid-range.
Yes,
Three diamond, to
Yeah.
Five Diamond, luxury hotels. It can be anybody.
Yeah, they all get results. I think the main difference will be not the result itself, but how you use it. If you're a small size hotel, there are many of our clients which are small size hotels. They can just use the chatbot by itself because since they don't have the people, that's why they are kind of hiring us. And then if you have like larger hotels, they prefer to combine, which is something that we believe, the combination of the chatbot with the human, but then it requires a human to intervene when it can. So it's not about the results of they all get the results. It's more about finding the way that's best fits in your operation, how to use it the best way.
Okay. Now, do you also and because Debbie Vale is on here, I'm going to ask this question. And Debbie Vale says, what did she say? Nice try, LOL. Okay, and then she said, fun, good. Yeah, politics on LinkedIn, bad. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I don't like too many politics on any platform. But
Yeah.
CVBs, Convention and Visitors Bureau, or tourism boards like Debbie Vale in Pasadena is part of one. Do those organizations use AskSuite? Would that be something for them to use? Because to answer just basic questions, or like I said, the frequently asked questions and things like that. Would that be something that a hidden market for
Yeah.
AskSuite?
We are expanding. Like I said, we are designed for hotels, and although it seems like it's easier to change, um, to change the market or to change a little bit of the client,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that easy because our chatbot, it's really really smart for hotels questions. So if you start
Mm,
talking to our chatbot about something else, it will be, sorry, oops, I don't understand. So of course you have the whole the personalization of the chatbot, that it's possible, and we
mm,
encourage, because hotels are different, of course, and maybe offer different things. But right now we are. I'm not gonna say no for this type of client because we are expanding. So now we have parks, for example. There are clients, and it's a different, very different. You have
mm.
like, you're now gonna ask about animals or stuff like that, and before I didn't have. So it is possible. It's not a no, 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 but it's not what we are focusing right now. Let's put it like this. Yeah.
Okay. No,
So
I got you.
oh, sorry, we do have, like, I'm thinking about other kind of clients that we have upside hotels. Sorry, Russell. We do have also not only parks, but we have museums as well, if I'm not mistaken. And we were starting with casinos too, I think. So yeah,
Okay.
everything in the hospitality industry we are starting to yeah, to grasp, but it is a bit different. You have to understand that the chatbot, it will be good, but it's still not as good, let's say, than for hotels right now, because our experience and his intelligence, it's very much focused right now on hotels. But we are working, we have a team, we have like, how many, over 30, if I'm not mistaken, engineers working. So it's a lot that we
Okay.
invest in technology. We have even a team of natural language that helps also to speed up the process of understanding. So yeah, technology, it's a world of possibilities.
Yes, yes, that's good. That's good. I just since Debbie was on here, I wanted it just made me think about that. So, but no, that's good. That's good. I completely understand. Now, gosh, there was one other question I was going to ask. What is a buyer persona?
What is a buyer persona? People always talk about audience. I think it's a concept that people usually use more, especially if you're not from not from marketing.
Hmm.
But it's too broad, right? Audience can be like, I don't know, Americans, and well, inside of the group of Americans, you can have a whole bunch of different subtypes, right? So a
Hmm.
buyer persona would be like your ideal guest. Would be based on your ideal guest. In this case of the hotel, I'm talking about hotel. Sorry, because I'm so already focused on that. But your ideal client, it's based on your ideal client, and you not only see like demographic data, but you try to really understand like the preferences. For example, I don't know, my buyer persona would be a general manager, he's it's very specific, like he's 47 years old, he likes to watch Netflix, and then you start building this with the information that you get mostly from your already clients. Then you have
Mm-hmm.
like conversation marketing should be aligned with the clients all the time, and also with people that visit your website or whatever. You can also get some kind of information from the digital world as well. But it is with talking with the clients that you will really understand their behavior, their preferences, and then you build your buyer persona. And business usually have more than one. It's not just
Mm-hmm.
one type. So yeah, it is. It's being more specific than just my target audience. Target audience can be too broad for marketing efforts, at least. Yeah.
No, I got you. No, I just yeah. That's I overheard. I think you're on a. I listened to one of your. You're having a podcast with someone. I can't remember who it was, and that came up, and I said, "I'm like," and that came up during your discussion, and I said, I mean, I
Okay.
knew what it was, but I said, let me just ask her. What
Yeah.
is a buyer
We did.
persona?
Okay, I'm gonna be a little not commercial because it's cost zero. But anyway, we even made a ebook about guest, we call it ideal guest in case of hotels,
Mm-hmm.
to help hoteliers, because again, if you're not from marketing, you don't know what it is, and you
Yes.
don't understand the power of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we can even go to AskSuite.com/blog or something, and then go to ebooks, and then you'll find there if you're a hotelier and listening to this, and then we make like a checklist and stuff, like giving examples of how you could build your buyer persona or ideal guest. Yeah, it's an
I
important
love
concept.
that. I love that because part of all this stuff is education because
Yeah,
I think that's the key to reaching more hoteliers about social media or your particular product with AskSuite, right? Because education is the key. People don't know what they don't know. They don't know most, and these people are in marketing. Okay, a lot of these people are in marketing. They call themselves directors of sales and marketing, but they don't know what a buyer persona is, or they don't know what a persona is, or they don't know how. Like you said, it's more detailed than just a straight demographic. It's being more personalized, right? Like
yeah,
buying habits and things like that. And that's where hotels should really go as far as what type of person are we looking to attract? Is it,
yeah,
single males or single females that are, or whatever, and they drink wine, they do this. Well, you can track people. You can track people exactly what they're buying, how they're buying it, and when they check into your hotel, you can personalize their stay based on what that they like, right? Like say I'm whatever 50-year-old male. I drink Silver Oak wine. I stay in 5-star or 5-diamond hotels. Well, okay, these hotels know that, right? Or the wine companies know that. Why not start? And they can start sending you, advertising or promotions based on that. Okay,
yes,
why would a hotel send me something on a courtyard if they know that I like the Four Seasons? You know what I mean? Or I'm in that higher echelon of hotel. Well, if you took the time to do this, to do your market research, you would know that, right? So it's more of
exactly.
a personalized experience. And I think that's where it's going. It hasn't got there yet. I think we're a little further behind, and hotel industry has always been behind the 8 ball. We're the last to embrace any kind of high tech marketing or anything like this. But
We are too traditional, yeah, yeah, and that's
exactly,
everywhere.
exactly.
But you know what, Russell? When I started with internet, because before I only knew like Brazil market, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I did have like this idea that, oh, okay, I'm gonna start international. I'm gonna talk with the United States. I'm gonna talk to United Kingdom, and hotels there are more advanced in a way. But you know what? A lot of problems, and this traditional mindset, it's everywhere, which is kind of it impressed me at the beginning. I was like, oh, okay, let's get that. I thought that our strategy would be another one thing, but
Yes.
that's again. Yeah, yeah, but it is,
Yeah,
it is.
no, I've been dealing with this for a long time, Paula. Okay, I've been in the industry for a long time, and it's always been we're like 10 years behind everyone else.
Mm.
So, well, I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, like I said, my job is to
Educate,
enlighten
yeah,
people, educate, get people on
yeah.
here like yourself. And I'm glad that you came on because you hit on a lot of different things that I didn't have I really wasn't going to ask those questions, but you just started talking about them, which led me to other questions, and that's what you want. That's what you want from a guest, right? And I
Aw,
appreciate that. I
I'm your
appreciate.
favorite guest, Russell. Can you have to say this and it's recorded? Am I your favorite guest so far, at least?
Yeah, so far, yes, you are.
You say that to everybody. Come on.
No, have I said that before? Have you heard me say that before? No,
No.
you
Oh,
haven't. You listened to my
okay.
shows before.
Exact. Oh, let me tell you about your shows. I miss your show on Instagram. I have to say hello to Cheryl if she's here listening somewhere. I don't know. I haven't seen you last. I think last week you were not right. I missed that. The show.
I
I
was.
always
We
have.
didn't do it last week. We didn't do it last week because we were both out of town. This is funny. Funny you should mention Cheryl. We were both in the same city on Friday, but we didn't. I didn't know she was there. She was at the airport
Oh,
the same time I was at the same airport, but
oh
obviously
no.
she was at a different terminal than I was at. But yeah, we were in for a graduation, but separate graduations at separate universities. So,
Oh my
but
God.
yeah, yeah. So she was busy and I was busy, so we couldn't connect and do what the hell on Friday. But hopefully this Friday we'll reconvene and do it again. But I have one more question for you.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
AskSuite is international, right? So you have clients here in the States and
Yeah, we do.
everywhere else, right?
Yeah, we do. We have over 2,000 clients in more than 32 countries. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah, we are dominating the world or something like that.
Wow. Do you have competition or are you the only one that's doing this? You have competition?
No, we do have competition, yeah, but it's different competition in different markets.
Okay.
We don't have one that it's as strong as us here in South America, and have presence outside Brazil. But if you go to Europe, then we have a strong competition there, and then you go United States, you have another one that So it's different market, different competition. We don't have one that it have the same market as us at the same time, if you know what I
Okay. And
mean.
whoever competition you have, they don't have a policy. So,
Ah, thank you. Oh
right?
my God. Now I'm gonna record just this part and send to the CEO.
The key to success is a policy. So I don't care who your competition is. If they don't have a policy, it's not competition. Okay.
Ah, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. It's not entirely true, but thank you anyway.
I believe it. I believe it. I've watched you for a while, right? Before we connected, I've kind of been watching you for a while and see the things that you're doing, and I think you're doing a phenomenal job. Keep doing your posting and things like that. Regardless if you only get two people that are liking it, continue to do that because you do have some value out there to give. It just takes time to for people to see who you are or get to know you whatever via social media. But I think if you could
Yeah.
continue to do that, I think you will go far. So continue that. Let's see. Charles Skiffer says great information. Thank you so much, Mr. Charles Skiffer, for joining in. Lonnie Wolf says great show, great information, great guest. Thanks, Russell. Today in hospitality, it is a must to think outside the box. Yes,
Yeah.
I think so too, and I think you think outside the box as well as Ask Sweet thinks outside the box. So I think that's good for the industry because you're ahead of the game. You're not trying to catch up. You're basically ahead of the game. So it's just that hotels or hospitality organization, whatever, need to catch up, right? Because you're offering things that are of value, and because at the end of the day, it's about revenue, right? For hotels, right? Are they
Yes.
making
Yeah. It's
revenue
all
or are
about
they
the
losing
money.
revenue? Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the money. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
it is.
yes.
It is. But as we all know, in the hospitality industry, it is hard to make money if you're not hospitable, and if you don't offer a good service. And good service today, it is online. You have to match I was talking to someone last week in a podcast, and he was saying that too, about matching the experience that you provide at your hotel with the online experience, and that's where many hotels still are lost. I think, yeah, still haven't
You can say
realized.
it. You can say it. You can say it. They're still lost.
No,
Okay. If you didn't hear it, she said they're still lost. Okay.
oh, Russell, yeah, but they are.
Yes, 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 yes. All right. Well, we're at the end of the show. I want to thank you for coming up, but you have one last thing you want to say about either your podcast, Ask Sweet, whatever you want to say. One last parting thing, but please feel free.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I follow you because I know you even in your lives on Instagram, so and I'm a big fan of your work. So thanks so much for giving this opportunity. We do try at Ask Suite and myself to provide, like you're saying, education to the industry, so we all develop. We all grow together. So we try to make relevant, at least we really try to make as relevant content as possible. So if you're working in a hotel or in the hospitality industry, and you can check our blog, asksweet.com/blog, and then you find different kinds of materials. And we have the podcast, which I'm very lucky to be the host and to be involved with. And Russell have guests like Russell at the podcast. So it's we try to offer different contents formats to some people like podcasts, some people like video. So we have webinars. Some people like reading. We have blogs. So yeah, and I don't know what else I could say. All I can say is that I really love what I do. I really do. I
Yeah.
really love the hospitality industry. I really love content marketing itself as well. So on my Instagram that we were talking before, I try to do a little bit. I still, again, I tell people to have a target and be specific. And then in my own Instagram, it's a chaos because I talk about hospitality, but I also talk about content marketing. Anyway, so that's
But
my
that's
my
okay. That's
yeah.
all right. Just
Yeah.
continue to do what you do. That's the thing. I mean, people get discouraged over some things like that, right? And then they stop doing it. Oh,
Yeah.
well,
No,
do
I
you
keep
think you're
doing it.
confusing people? Yeah, just continue to do it. Just continue to do it, and you'll fall
Yeah,
right
yeah,
in line where you're supposed to be. So, because
yeah.
I didn't always, people weren't always following me. People weren't always, excited about what I was posting or following me or liking it or whatever. But you got to start somewhere. Just continue, and it'll work out. But you're not going to stop. So I can already see that. So
No, no, I won't. I won't, because I complain and say that, oh my God, but I still do it. I'm not gonna give up. And yeah, so if you listen to this or watching this, want to talk about hospitality or want to talk about content marketing itself, yeah, just reach out and I'll be happy to talk with you. Yeah. So thanks,
yes,
Russell.
you are more than welcome. Thank you, Paula C. I appreciate you. I
I
appreciate
love that.
everybody. That was you love that name, Paula C.
Yeah, it is. I really do. I really do. I really feel like Madonna or something.
Well, you're known as Policy from now on. Okay, so but I want to thank everybody for coming on and adding your comments or just listening. I do appreciate that. And Dylan Boma, Debbie Vale, Evelyn Lima, Leandro Moss, Lonnie Wolf, of course. He's always in the house. I appreciate your comments, Lonnie. Robbie M. She's with the Don't Look Under the Bed podcast, so check out her podcast as well. Juliana Richet, thank you so much. Hello to you. And let's see, who is that? It Debbie Vale, I said already. Yeah, so thank everybody. Charles Skiffer, thank you so much. Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming on. Like I said, this is an interactive show. We're on I'm on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Paula, what is your podcast? Give me the time and the days of your podcast.
No, but the pod okay, the podcast, Ask Sweet podcast, we don't do it live. We do recording, and
Okay.
we only do now once a month, so it doesn't have like a specific date to
Okay.
launch, like every Tuesday or whatever. So that's what we do. What I have, it's my also that I invite you. Okay,
Hmm.
I invite you to be my guest on my Instagram lives when it's about content that I try to do every Wednesday, but it depends a little bit. And yeah, and webinars that we also do once a month, so it's not a weekly thing. So it's not like
But it's
every
on
like
LinkedIn. Is it on LinkedIn that you post? Where do you post it?
the webinars, Ask Suite webinars and podcasts, yes. Oh yeah, follow Ask Suite, please. I forgot that. Follow Ask Suite on LinkedIn, please. Yeah, do that, and then you get all the updated and about my own the content. Then it's my on my Instagram. It's my name, Paula Carreirao, not Paula C, Paula Carreirao. Then you will
Palacajado.
find it there. Yeah.
There you go. Palacajado. Palacajado. There you go. That she said it. I say policy because I think that's cool. That's some street cred now. But her real name is Paula Cajado. Okay,
Her
there you
real
go.
name is.
Oh, this
Love
has
that.
been fun. This has been fun. But thank you so much for doing this again because, like I said, we did do this before, and it was a technology disaster. Let's just put it like that. So it didn't work out well. But this one, no glitches at all. Thank you so much, YouTube and my internet connection. I appreciate that for lining up with us. And Paula, where are you located?
Okay, right now at this minute, I am in Brazil almost all the time. I'm in Rio de Janeiro right now with my
Okay.
parents, but I do live in South Brazil. So in a city in an island called Florianópolis. You should all Google it if you haven't been there. It's beautiful. Rio de Janeiro people usually know, so but if you don't, Google it anyway. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Florianópolis, it's where I'm I am most of the days at least.
All right. Very good. Very good. See, so it's all about the connection. We connected with each other on LinkedIn some months ago, and I've been on a guest on her show. Of course, she's a guest on this show as well, and we've connected on Instagram before. I mean, so we have this now social media relationship going on now. So we support each other, which is good. So yeah, so that's what it's all about. So for people that are sleeping on social media, for the right things, doing it the right way, it's a good thing to do. Okay, so I know there's a bunch of BS that goes on social media, but this is not about BS. This is about connecting. It's about growing your brand, growing your business, and that's one of the reasons why I do the show. So to bring you things that maybe you hadn't heard about before, or maybe you're on the fence about using a chat bot or something like that. Well, now you know because you heard it right from a content creator for AskSuite Hotel ChatBot. So now you understand a little bit more about it. So give Paula C a call or follow her on LinkedIn as well as Instagram, correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm there. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So you guys have a great week. Thank you so much. It's Tuesday, meaning it's Taco Tuesday here. Do they have Taco Tuesday out there? I mean, see, that's an
We
American thing,
don't.
right?
No, yeah, it's American thing. We don't. But since I talk to so many Americans because of my job already, of course I know about Taco Tuesdays, but we don't have it, unfortunately.
So what do you guys have? What days do you guys have out there? Like like a big deal? Let's go out and drink or eat certain.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. We don't have like a food associated with any. I don't know. This is the
Okay,
behavior that you guys do. It. I don't
so
know.
this is a
We have
total American thing.
maybe we have a caipirinha Friday, but it's not really official anyway.
That is funny. Okay, so all right, well it's Taco Tuesday here, so make sure you guys go out and have some tacos. I'm gonna have my vegan tacos like I normally do. I'm not sure what kind, but I'm gonna make something up later today. So, but you guys have a great week. Thank you again, Paul. I see you on some social media platform. I'm sure in the next, probably later on
Yeah.
today, I'll see you. So, but you guys take care. Thanks again for being a guest and being so willing to do it again. I do appreciate that, and I won't forget that.
Oh, that's my pleasure, Russell. Thank you so much. You can always count on me. And muito obrigada, as we say in Portuguese.
Very good. Thank you so much. You guys take care. Thanks again, and have a great week.
Thank
Thanks,
you for
everybody.
joining On Air with Russell of Hotels. Please tune in every Tuesday at 1 p.m. as we talk to other hospitality professionals. Your feedback is important to Russell. Feel free to email him at russell@russellofhotels.com with any questions or suggestions. Until next time, try not to be a person of success, rather become a person of great value.